Okay, welcome back. Last time we made our way through the Frost Cavern in Dendermill Town, and then made our way along Route 17 to Anistar City. And we just got a nice little TM for Lock On. I will probably never get much use out of it, but hey, I have a TM for Lock On now. Actually, hang on, wait. What did that randomize to? I can teach my Yan Mega, Lock On, and Fisher. I'm not going to, but I could. I could just completely cheese the entire game now that I think about it. Okay, so Hidden Power got randomized to Memento. I will likely never use that, because Memento is a move that knocks your own Pokemon out in order to use it. However, I am going to quickly run around the city. Okay, we found a red card, that's kind of nice. I'm going to quickly run around the city and just see if there's any useful items I can find with the item finder. Because, who knows, I might find a couple of useful things, might find some completely garbage, worthless things, but hey, who knows. Oh, there's definitely something over here. Oh. There we go. Some black glasses. I don't really use any dark type moves, but hey, I have them. Like, I now have the black glasses in case I ever need them. And I think these people just talk about general things in the Anistar Sundial, which I am not at the right time of day to use. And we find another item. A claw fossil is actually really nice, because I don't think I've had one of those yet. Now, in one of these houses, someone will tell me the story. It is in this one. Fantastic. What happened to that strange bunch of folks in their red outfits? I wonder if they're still out there, seeking legendary Pokemon. A few years back, some people came around here asking the same questions. Okay, so, why hello there. You must be that apprentice of Professor Sycamore's I've heard so much about. It's my guess that you've come to ask about the legendary Pokemon of the Kalos region, Yveltal. Well, allow me to tell you all that I know. It happened around 800 years ago. The Pokemon known as Yveltal spread its ominous wings, engulfing the lands of Kalos in darkness. At that moment, people and Pokemon throughout the land began to fall, one by one. Yveltal let out a piercing cry and took to the sky, vanishing to an unknown location. Stories say that when it nears the end of its 1,000-year lifespan, Yveltal absorbs the life force of living beings around it in order to charge its own energy. Another tale talks of the appearance of just such a terrifying Pokemon. Back 3,000 years ago, when the Kalos region was engulfed in a terrible war, according to the stories, a Pokemon appeared and stole the life force of countless living beings. Some people suspect the Pokemon that appeared was Yveltal, but there's no way to know for sure. Maybe they're just using a legendary Pokemon as a metaphor for war and pestilence. In the tales, after Yveltal finished storing the energy it had absorbed, it transformed into a kind of cocoon, remaining in hiding, deep in the mountains, according to old tales. As I say, tales and stories. So, that is just a little bit of kind of background on Yveltal. So, I should also probably just give a little bit of a reference. What does this guy have to say, though? A Pokemon under level 5? I don't even think I have a Pokemon under level 5. Anyway, pretty much, the plan for today's episode is very simple. I pretty much just want to manage to get through this rival battle, the gym, and then I'm gonna go and get some encounters that I haven't picked up just yet. So, later we'll be dealing with Olympia, the person who makes paths with starlight. If nothing else, that sounds so cool. Okay, so, let me show you how much stronger I am. I did say we were going to be rivals back in that cafe in Lumio City after all. Okay, so Serena, or if you're playing as Serena, Calum, will have 4 Pokemon in this battle. They will have their Meowstic, their Absol, and their starter Pokemon, as usual. And then they will also have an Eevee evolution added to their team. I believe it's like... I think if you choose I think it's like... I know she'll have Flareon. She'll have Flareon. If I picked... I think if I'd picked Chespin, she would have Jolteon. And if I'd picked Froakie, she would have Vaporeon, I think. Or something like that. Either way, I'm just going to be able to land a couple of Bug Buzzers, and that will deal with the Meowstic. Which is very good for me, because realistically, I don't really want to have to deal with a Meowstic. And by that I mean it's not really much of a threat. Absol comes in next, and I can land a Secret Sword on that, and that'll just one-shot, because Absol is very much a glass cannon of a Pokemon. In comes, well, her next Pokemon will be the debuting Flareon, and I don't really have anything to use this on. However, I know that Flareon is more specially defensive than physically, so if I land a couple of Secret Swords, a big crit with Secret Sword is actually really nice. And, well, one more should knock it out. Quick attack, even though Flareon does have really good physical attack, another one shouldn't knock us out. Okay, so, now I have my entire party ready for this Greninja. So I hopefully won't lose to this Greninja. So I am going to predict Water Shuriken and switch out to Slippy. I'm going to switch out to Slippy, predicting the Water Shuriken. Then I'm going to go for Mud Shot, I think. I'll go for Mud Shot to try to get the speed drop, and then Secret Sword, I think. I don't know. I think maybe going for just Secret Sword twice back-to-back might be the play, but hopefully I don't need to worry. Mud Shot lands, and does get the drop. I think Mud Shot might actually always give a drop. Either way, we do still get outsped by the Greninja, and we get critted and lose Slippy. That is actually really bad for me, but I guess this is what we're going to have to make do with. On the plus side, like, trying to look at this positively, like, at least it's a water type, and I have plenty of other water types available to me. Okay, we speed boost, so we definitely outspeed, guaranteed, and she probably doesn't heal here. So now we just land the second Secret Sword, and now the big issue actually becomes... the Gym Leader's Ace, because it's a Slowking. Am I just not good enough to bring out the best in my Pokemon? No, we just won that one. But hey, you got a Pokemon this time. Your Pokemon are so much stronger now. Sorry, my Pokemon are so much stronger now. But you and your Pokemon are still one step ahead of us. Anyway, I'll heal your Pokemon. Here. You and your Pokemon are good enough to beat the Gym Leader. Go for it. I mean, thanks for healing my Pokemon, but I've got to go back to the PC anyway, because, you know, you just killed my Politoed. And man, I spent so long grinding that thing, it took ages. Okay, so... Politoed, unfortunately, has to join the death box. Now, the question is, which water type would I add to replace it? I mean, realistically, it should probably be the Mantine. Or maybe the Lantern. But that's something for future me to worry about. To be totally honest with you, I think I'm actually going to pick up the Delibird. Actually, no, I'll pick up the Wynaut. I'll pick up the Wynaut and the Delibird. I'll bring them just in case I need something. Just as a final kind of safety precaution in the event that I need something to just take the hit and die. Hopefully it won't come to that, but anything could happen in this gym. So, in we go to the Anistar City Gym, which initially does look very unassuming, to be fair. However, despite the unassuming look, it's actually the coolest gym in the game, probably. Sorry, what do you know? What do you know? Here you are, future champ. Boy, this place is a maze inside the ball. Try getting your head around that one, right? Even if you find your way around, you'll have to watch out for all those psychic types. They've got some crazy powers, am I right? But don't give up. I'm sure you'll find your way. So now, we are in space. And this is like the coolest gym visually, perhaps ever. And I, pretty much, am going to be relying on Hayataro for this. And just hoping I do not go over that level cap. I also probably need to be a bit careful and hope that I have enough ethers to heal these up if I need to. Okay, so this guy has an Executor. This won't be too bad. So, because this is part grass type, I feel a bit more comfortable just going for Lava Plume, despite the fact that obviously Bug Buzz would be quad effective. But hey, we just knock that out, and I will call that a nice success, because, well, you know, on to the next opponent. Also, I'll be totally honest, this is probably the gym puzzle that I'm second least confident in. Because I know me, I will go the wrong way at least 2 or 3 times on my way here. That is a dead end, though. I know that much for a fact. So now we go this way, and I think I go left. 10 out of 10, I guessed right. Also, I just love how you have like all the little constellations and everything here as well. And honestly, it's a fantastic use of the 3DS and kind of 3D space. Like, genuinely, this is probably my favourite gym in the game. And I've gone the wrong way here, haven't I? I have... Okay, I hadn't gone the wrong way. I just thought I doubled back, to be totally honest. But hey, this guy has a Medicham. This thing probably has high jump kick. And as a result, I want to switch out to Sparks immediately. Because obviously I don't really want to have to deal with a high jump kick, because that would probably just destroy Houndoom in a single strike. Okay, that is 30 damage. I think I can probably afford to just up-roll. That does a little under half. Yeah, I should be safe here. Unless I get critted, I should be safe. And either way, I get speed boost, so, I mean, I was outspeeding anyway, so it's not like it makes all that much difference. But hey, we will manage to get through here. Acupressure, don't be special defense. Okay, boosted the speed, but I have speed boost, so I'm still outspeeding it. So now, up-roll's third hit will knock out the Medicham. Okay, so, admittedly, I am a little bit concerned about, you know, effectively taking on this gym with 3 Pokemon, but at the same time, this gym leader fights with 3 Pokemon, so if nothing else, I guess it's kind of making it more of a fair fight. And is this the dead end I think it is? It might not be, but either way, I'm going to quickly just heal. And, actually, I should use the ability capsule on Houndoom at some point. I still remember I can go back to Anistar City and just buy them. Is this a dead end? That one is a dead end. 10 out of 10, sometimes you go the right way the first time and have to go, then just, you know, double back the wrong way, just to make sure you're going the right way. Okay, so, we are back on the green path. I know that Olympia, I'm pretty sure Olympia is on the pink path. So, there's a Hex Maniac up there, and I know I haven't fought her yet. There's Olympia herself over there. This guy, completely avoidable. You could just, you know, sidestep him entirely. But hey, I'm not going to complain about getting potentially more EXP. However, I am now having a moment of crisis, because I do not remember if this thing naturally learns Focus Blast or not. Because if it naturally learns... Okay, Skill Swap, that gives... Wait, it's just inconvenienced itself. Because now it will actually take the damage from the burn. 10 out of 10. Thanks, game. Because Ovako usually protects you from... Ovako normally protects you from, like, poison, burn, and then, like, hail and sandstorm damage, I think. It's like, if it isn't a move, like, if it isn't an actual attacking move, it just kind of nullifies damage, I think. But hey, the game used Skill Swap on me, and it actually worked to the game's detriment. But hey, I will call that a win in my favour. Wait, I think there's 2 Hex Maniacs, so let's go the wrong way first. Okay, that is indeed the wrong way. But hey, you know what? Sometimes you just need to get all the experience you can. Arachne. Okay. I guess that isn't really a psychic type, that's a spider. But you would have thought with a name like Arachne, it would have given her, you know, a spidery Pokemon. As opposed to a Jinx, but whatever. Lava Plume just one-shots with Jinx, because Jinx is not the strongest Pokemon in the world. Also, while I was doing grinding, I EV-trained Houndoom's special attack. Mostly just because Houndoom can do even more damage now, and I love it when my Houndoom can do damage. So I think this should be either the last or the second to last regular trainer in the gym before the leader. And also... Okay, that's part fairy type, so this is a little bit more threatening, I suppose. Now, I'm just going to go for Lava Plume, I think. I kind of wish I had Sludge Bomb. Normally when I have a Houndoom, I do actually just teach it Sludge Bomb. However, obviously, I don't have access to that. That should be super effective, I think, right? It isn't, because because for some reason, Fairy resists Bug. I don't Okay, I'll be totally honest, I'll just be upfront and honest about this in general. I do not understand the logic for some fairy types matchups. Like, I get Steel, I get Dragon, I get Dark. I don't understand a few of us. Anyway, with that, we should now get on this final teleporter, and this should take us to Olympia, I believe. In just a moment. Yeah, because that goes as in just coils in on itself. So this should take me to the leader herself, who is, you know, at the kind of middle of a swirling cosmos, which, to be fair, is a very cool visual. Now, all my Pokemon are at full health, so is there any kind of items I can use for this? I'm honestly just trying to think of whatever I can to kind of work around this. Also, I have so many, like, items I could just sell for money. I have a choice scarf, but all my Pokemon are pretty fast anyway. A Shell Bell could come in handy, to be honest. Actually, yeah, let's go with the Shell Bell, and I'll give that to... Actually, no, I'll keep that on Vibri, and I'll give the Shell Bell to Sparks. Do I have any other moves? Wait, can you learn Shadow Punch? Okay, so I can teach Vibri how to do Shadow Punch, and this may come in handy. What's my fourth move? Rock Slide? Honestly, I think I'll get rid of Dig, even though it is a more powerful move. Dig is it's a stronger move, but at the same time, it is a 2-turn move, so I will kind of just, you know, double back on that. And I will put my faith in the King's Rock. No, wait. Wait, what did I give to whatchamacallit? I gave you the Shell Bell. Oh, don't need the Shell Bell. I will put... Where is it? The Luck Incense? Yeah, sure. Actually, no? Yeah, I think the Scope Lens probably would be best on that. Anyway, so let's challenge this gym leader and see what we have in store for us. So, gym leader number 7. A ritual to decide your fate and future. The battle begins. Also, I love the inside of her cape and how it's like all the stars and everything. Olympia's design is really cool. And she leads with a Sigilith. So this is a Psychic Flying type. Maybe I should have actually led with Flygon, to be honest. And I'm just going to go for Lava Plume right out the gate. Sigilith is pretty fast, but it's also kind of frail. However, Light Screen could be a little bit of an issue. So I guess I'll just go for Lava Plume again. A second Lava Plume doesn't knock it out. Air Slash does way more than I would like. And if nothing else, we do get the first heal out of her. However, I want to keep Vibri alive. Like, I want to keep Vibri kind of just like at the back of the party. Also, Overcoat is Sigilith's ability as well, meaning it will also take no damage from that. I also just really need to hope that this Light Screen wears off sooner rather than later. Okay, so what am I... 94 versus 79? Oh, this is actually really bad. This is terrible for me, actually. I think my best bet is actually to switch out to Wynaut and let it go down. Because if I let Wynaut go down for free, because it'll just go for Air Slash and knock it out, now I can get a clean switch in to Flygon. There goes the Light Screen. So now I can get a safe and clean switch in on the Flygon. Now I can switch Houndoom back in and just Lava Plume, knocking out the Sigilith. And realistically, I probably should have gone to Flygon, because Vivri would have... Okay, there's Slowking. Now, I know this thing doesn't carry a water move. That is like my one advantage here. I know that it carries Psychic, Calm Mind, Power Gem, and I think Trick Room. So, assuming... I'm going to predict it's going to go for a Power Gem. I think I'll sack Delibird. I'll sack Delibird so I can get a clean switch to Flygon. Because unfortunately, despite the bug typing, despite having, you know, the bug type with Yanmega, well, realistically, Yanmega is doing nothing for me in this fight. Now, the only real issue kind of becomes the fact that, also, actually, yeah, I have Crunch. Why did I bother giving the Shadow Punch? Okay, Calm Mind means I get a clean... Yeah, Calm Mind means I knock this out for free. That is fantastic. That's great, actually. Because now I basically lost my 2 Pokemon that I wasn't going to use. Like, now I lost the 2 Pokemon that I was never... sorry, momentarily had the hiccups there. So I lost the 2 Pokemon that I was realistically never going to properly put on the team. And that is a level 53 Meowstic. And I am just having a moment here. Okay, the fact that it went for Psychic tells me that it more than likely doesn't carry Dazzling Gleam. And that's all I needed to know. However, I made a mistake there. I should have gone for Bulldoze. And we don't take another Psychic. And I don't have another Pokemon that I can sack. I don't have another Pokemon that I can safely sack. I think I need to actually sack Vibri here. Yeah, I'll sack Vibri because okay, I don't mind losing Flygon as much because I did have another one available. Not another, I don't have another Flygon available, but I do have another Dragon available. And given where the next kind of series of events is going, yeah, I think it's time for an upgrade as well. Okay, Ancient Power. We should live 1 Psychic. Barely. You know, we do take a hefty chunk of damage, but now I think Uproar should finish it off. And if it doesn't... Okay, we got a crit with Uproar. Okay. That gym battle was a catastrophe, but we managed to defeat Gym Leader Olympia. Create your own path, let nothing get in your way. Your fate, your future. So, with that, we obtain Gym Badge number 7. Now, the Psychic Badge. A testament to your skill. Proof of your power. So, Gym Badge number 7 is now ours. And with that, I'll update the level cap in the next episode, because I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's 63 or 64, but I'll have to double check. A Symbol of Trust. Level 90 or below, Pokemon obey. TM04 Discharge. Anything that I can teach Calm Mind, I can teach Discharge to. I finally got an electric move. That is fantastic. Special attack and special defense are increased for Calm Mind TM. Power that takes life awakens voices of woe. That is your future. Back from whence you came, you can be transported there. Warp to the entrance? Yes, we will. Farewell. So, obviously, I am going to have to do grinding and rebuild my team from here, because I have 2 Pokemon, and I'm getting into, like, the end of the Team Flare stuff. For defeating this gym leader, I've gone and engraved your name on what's got to be the 2 of the cooler statues around. Check them out, would you? Yep, so that is us, certified by the Anistar City Pokemon Gym. Okay, so, I'm sure getting the Psychic Badge wasn't too much trouble for you, right? Yep, we did manage to get that. Okay, I say that, we actually, we struggled quite a bit there. I think I'll challenge you to a daily battle when this trip is all said and done. Seems like the neighborly thing to do. Let's have a rematch. Battling tough trainers is the best way to get stronger after all. I mean, if I'd had to fight her again right there, I would have just lost. I'm sure if this was a ROM hack, there probably would be I'm sure that was probably a ROM hack where you do have to fight Serena again right now. Anyway, what could this be? So now this is all pretenses dropped, Lysander just like, I'm evil now. Pokemon trainers, I come to you by the Holocaster to make an important announcement. Listen well. Team Flare will revive the ultimate weapon, eliminate everyone who isn't in our group, and return the world to a beautiful, natural state. Unproductive fools are consuming our future. If nothing changes, the world will become ugly and conflicts will raze the land from end to end. I repeat, we will use the ultimate weapon and wipe the slate clean. I'm sorry, those of you who are not members of Team Flare, but this is adieu to you all. So he's just like, yeah, we're just going to kill the entire country at this point. It's like, huh, that's kind of wild. What was Lysander saying? Wiping the slate clean? Eliminating everyone but Team Flare? Let's look for Team Flare's headquarters. Where could Lysander be? Perhaps it's where we first met him, in Lumio City. And she is correct. Do you know where Magenta Plaza is? It's right next to the Pokemon Center by Prism Tower, which is in the center of Lumio City. There's nothing quite like coffee from the cafe next to Magenta Plaza. And Team Flare forever, because this outfit adds extra pizzazz to drinking espresso at the Lysander Cafe. So, that is going to be where we head to next to make progress, but that will not be in today's episode, because as you can see by the side of the screen, I have 2 Pokemon I need to rebuild, because if I recall correctly, you go into the cafe, you deal with the 2 baristas, and then you have to fight Lysander immediately. And, yeah, if I go in right now, I will just lose. No shot at am I winning that. So let's put, why not, Delibird, and unfortunately Vibri into the box. So I will do some grinding in between episodes to catch up, to train up some new Pokemon. But in the meantime, I do have a few other places where I could go in order to get a few encounters. So let's quickly go and get those. So first things first, we can head on back to Ambret Town. I can head back to Ambret Town because I found that claw fossil, so we'll be able to revive that and hopefully get something nice out of that. Okay, so let's quickly see what our claw fossil is. To be totally honest, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I know that it's like a 1 in, I think it's like 700 and something chance. But if this had actually just somehow stayed as an Anorith, I wouldn't mind it too much. Because Anorith is kind of cool. I would quite like a Narmaldo, but I will take a Gliscor. Okay, Gliscor is kind of massive. I really like Gliscor. So, that is a naive-natured Gliscor. That could come in very handy, because I know that Gliscor gets a whole bunch of really good moves. And now that I think about it, I had a Gliscor in, which one was it? I had a Gliscor in Platinum, and I think I gave it the same name as I gave my Crobat in this playthrough, which means I either need to have 2 Pokemon that are called Camazarts, or think of a better name for Gliscor. Anyway, so, next thing up is, I'm going to hop onto Bike just for a tiny bit of a speed boost. And also because, you know, sometimes it is just a little change of pace. Because if I go back to Parfum Palace, I can actually get an encounter in here when I head back into the Grand Gardens. And honestly, this could be very good or very bad, because I know for a fact that I can get a potential Gyarados here. I know that if I use the Super Rod to fish, there are 3 Pokemon I can encounter. I can get, basically, there are 3 potential Pokemon that can appear here as the encounter. No, I don't want to use the Good Rod. So, with the Super Rod, you can fish up 1 of 3 Pokemon. You can get either Gyarados, which would obviously be kind of powerful. You can get Seaking, or you can get Crawdaunt. To be totally honest, I think Gyarados is most likely. I would probably want Crawdaunt most, because, honestly, I just like Crawdaunt more than Gyarados. I know that objectively Gyarados is the superior Pokemon, though. However, this also requires, you know, actually getting a bite on the line. So, can I get a Pokemon? No. I know that Pokemon do appear here, though. I have had Pokemon appear here before. And, you may recall, I haven't actually found a Pokemon in Parfum Palace, because the grass route is an entirely separate area. Also, I do think it's kind of funny, the idea that you have this kind of... But you basically have this, like, super... the fact that you have this, like, super amazing, like, palace. I think this is meant to be, like, the Palace of Versailles, or something. And I need to switch out immediately, actually. That's level 35. Maybe I can stay in. I probably shouldn't be risking... I should have thrown the Quick Ball. Anyway, hopefully we can just catch this Gyarados in one. 1, 2, 3, click. Not quite. Twister. Okay, Twister won't lock me in, and I did all of 8 damage. To be fair, Twister is obviously Twister is a special attack, and Gyarados is a heavy physical attacker. However, I don't... Wait. I think I'm safe here. I think I'm actually safe with this. Because I'm fairly sure, I might be wrong on this, but I am pretty confident that Gyarados gets Aqua Tail at level 40. And that's the first as water move it naturally learns by level up. Like, I think it gets Rain Dance at like 45, and I'm pretty sure it gets Aqua Tail at 40. Or roughly thereabouts. But hey, I will happily take a Gyarados. I don't know if I'll put it on the team. Fun fact, despite the fact that I've played so much Pokemon in my life, I've never actually... Oh, wait, it does have Aqua Tail already? I guess the game was just being kind to me for a moment to not just try to kill me outright. Okay, so I also have an encounter in Sillage City that I can get. And there's a couple of Pokemon in here that I could get that could be really good. So by fishing here, I could potentially get a Relicanth. Relicanth would obviously be the worst option, I think. Like, Relicanth would be a not ideal option. I could potentially get a Skrelp. I could potentially get a Dragalge. Or, if I get really lucky, I could get a Horsey or a Seadra. Because, obviously, if I get a Seadra, that means I can just put the Eviolite on it and it'll be safe for a long time because I'll have really good defenses. And when it evolves, that means I'll get Kingdra. And obviously Kingdra is really good because I don't need to worry about fairy types all that much just yet. And dragons are not the most common yet. However, no, we are getting the Relicanth. Which is obviously probably the least favourite of the options, but hey, I'll just throw a quick ball and hopefully it'll stay in. Fun fact, during my free time when I used to play this game a lot when it was new, I did a whole bunch of chain fishing here, and I ended up with like 20 shiny Relicanth. I had so many of them. Like, I caught so many Relicanth in this game. And also, I'm also here in Sillage City for another reason, because I do have some tokens, and I'm sure if you've seen any of the playthrough so far, you realize you've probably had it click that, yeah, I really like the Pokemon available to me on Route 10 here. So, yeah, I'm gonna use a token on Route 10, and looking at the numbers for it, my odds of getting something I would like are really high. And by that I mean, if I encounter a Snubble, that's dupes. If I encounter a Hawlucha, that's dupes. And the two other Pokemon I would be really happy with on that route are Eevee and Electrike. And I have a decent enough chance at encountering either one of those. And to be totally honest, that could come in very handy. And now that I'm kind of just like saying all these things out loud, now that I'm saying all these things out loud, it's just kind of clicked into my mind that if I got an Espeon, I just got a TM that would turn Calm Mind to Discharge. So that could come in very handy. And at the same time, if I got a Jolteon, I could teach that Psychic. But at the same time, I could teach... but at the same time, I could teach literally any of them Psychic, I think. I think I might have to let this Relicanth go. Because, realistically, I am going to lose something to this... Like, I'm going to lose something to this Relicanth if I'm not careful. I'll throw, like, 2 more Pokeballs at it, and then I think I'll just call it a day on trying to catch this Relicanth. And then, obviously, I'll go back and buy some more Pokeballs before I actually go and do the next thing. Okay, there's Yawn. If it goes for Rock Tomb, I'll see how much damage it does to Sparks. To be totally honest, I'm actually going to risk it. I'll go for Ancient Power once, because obviously this will be resisted. So, okay, we got a decent chunk of damage out of it there. So, now, hopefully, it's weakened enough that I can just, you know, throw a ball at it and it'll just stay in. Because I'll be honest, Relicanth Relicanth is such a weird anomaly of a Pokemon. It's one of those Pokemon that just, like, isn't all that good, but at the same time, it is just ridiculously hard to catch. It is a Pokemon that is stupidly hard to catch for how good it is. Like, it's not that good. It's like how Mantike has the same catch rate as a Dialga. Although, for some reason, I feel like Relicanth is just a bit more obnoxious. Although I think that might entirely be a personal thing. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave the Relicanth. I will just leave the Relicanth because I will lose something otherwise. And yeah, I'd rather pass on potentially. I'd rather pass on a potential Relicanth than catch one and lose like a potential Gyarados and Yanmega in the process. You know, because you know, that was almost a catastrophe on my part. While I'm here, though, I'll probably be getting 2 more encounters before this episode is out. I'll be getting 1 encounter with a token on Route 10, like 28 Pokeballs, that should probably be enough. So I'll be getting a token encounter on Route 10, and then I'll be heading back to Route 16, because I don't think I've had an encounter there. However, let's just put these in the box for now. I probably shouldn't, but hey, that's what... No, wait, I will also quickly move, just so I don't forget. I will move 1 of my additional tokens to the used token box. Now, we will head back out onto Route 10, and hopefully, key term, hopefully I will manage to get 1 of those 2 Pokemon. So basically, Eevee or Electrike is what I'm looking for here. And I know the odds are higher in the yellow, like in the grass with the yellow flowers. So I'm hoping for Eevee or Electrike. And I got a Sigilif. Not ideal, not gonna lie. But at the same time, I do have more tokens. I do have more tokens, and to be totally honest, there's not really a whole lot of places I want to be able to... There's not really a whole lot of places I want to use them. So you know what? I'm going to use a second token on Route 10 here. Actually, I probably shouldn't say... I probably should limit myself on how many tokens I can use in any given area. But you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to use a second token. I'll move it when I get back to the PC. So we get an Eevee. Fantastic. Okay, so... I mean... You know what, I'd never really given it much thought, but it's kind of funny how I'm using so many, like, I've used I think every token I've had so far. Like, every token I've used so far, I've used on Route 10, and this is a playthrough I'm doing for the game's 10th anniversary. I hadn't really planned that, but as it turns out, maybe Route 10 is just, like, the best route in the game for me, in terms of Pokemon that I would like to have on the team. And also, after I do this, I'm gonna go back to Route 16, because I hadn't gotten an encounter on there yet. But then I'm gonna end off today's episode, and then I just have a mountain of grinding to do, because I have so many Pokemon I need to train up. Eevee, please just stay in the ball. Okay, I'm gonna throw 1 more ball at this Eevee. I'll throw 1 more ball at this Eevee, and if it doesn't stay in, then I'll just kind of speed up until I eventually catch it. Okay, so I will just speed up until I catch this Eevee, because this could take a little while, so I'll be right back. Okay, so that's an amazing little detail that I've never noticed before. When I used Air Cutter, the fruit fell out of the tree. That is such an insane detail. I've played through this game a whole bunch of times. I've never seen that before. That's amazing. Okay, so let's see what this Eevee is. Jolly natured Eevee. This could be... Wait, I have a new idea. Hang on. hold on. I have had an idea. Okay, let's fly back to Dendermill Town and check out Route 16. But I've had an idea, I think. I think I know what I want to do now. Oh. Obviously, you know, plans may change, because, you know, I will figure these things out in between episodes, because I have so much grinding to do. I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm consistent. I'm glad that I'm a decent bit ahead of myself on this, because, I'll be honest, I will have to do a whole lot of grinding to catch up all of these Pokemon that I want to train up and add to the team. But hey, hopefully the worst. I need a Pokemon with strength, don't I? Can I teach that to anything? I can teach it to Houndoom. Okay, new plan. I'm just gonna fly to Lumiose. New plan, I'll just go to Lumiose and go that way. Because I don't really want to have to go back. Because really, I mean, it'll probably be about the same amount of time regardless if I just went back to Dendermill, picked up a Pokemon, taught that strength. Or if I went all the way around, kind of, I suppose, the long way through Lumiose. But you know what? I will take any excuse to spend more time in Lumiose City. And now that I've just seen that Litleo, I probably could have spent a token on Route 22 to get a potential Pyro, or, better yet, a potential Lucario. Lucario could have been a really nice pickup. So I want to avoid that. So I want to go up here, and hopefully we can get a good Pokemon. And we get a Floatzel. Not exactly ideal, but you know what? I'll take it. I think that's one thing I'm very quickly realizing. I have so many water types. Like, I could build I'm pretty sure I could build a mono water team and have a pretty good one. Oh, no. Okay, that did 24 damage. The residual did another 17. Okay, Floatzel, I need you to stay in the ball, and I need you to stay in the ball in a hurry. 1, 2, 3, click. Fantastic. Thank you for your cooperation, Floatzel. I really appreciate it. Okay, so with that, Floatzel is now in our Pokedex. But yeah, I could have a team that's just like Vaporeon, Gyarados, Mantine, Slowking. Like, I have a lot of really good options here, and that is another not great nature for a Floatzel. Fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fly back to Anistar City, drop off these Pokemon, and then in between episodes, obviously I'm going to rebuild the team entirely. You know, obviously Hayataro and Sparks will be sticking around, but everything else will be getting rebuilt. Well, everything else will be kind of getting shuffled around, and I'll have a whole new team ready to challenge Team Flare. Because we are getting close to the end of that arc, and we'll be seeing the results of that on, I believe it is Friday's episode. So I'm going to save my game and end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment and click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all on Friday with a whole new team as we go and challenge Team Flare. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.